Welcome back to Cover Dish, the show where we cook it up and eat it. Is that sticking yet? Can we say
I
that?
I say it every morning when I wake up.
Do you
so
really?
that's
Do
what
you
I've been
say
doing,
it?
just to get myself started for the day, you know?
Daily
Come on.
affirmations. Girl,
Daily
today,
affirmations.
let's
with
cook
Brooke
it up and eat it
Clee.
today.
Let's cook it up and eat it. Tell me about your look tonight. Yes.
Okay, so the short story is she's like a hippie goth. The long
Yes,
story,
yes, yes.
yeah, the long story is her name is Tara. She grew up with like Earth, Wind, and Fire, Age of Aquarius mama. She was a really good student in high school, but then she went to college and she started to get a touch of the the angst syndrome. So she's a little disaffected. Her grades are starting to slip, and she does tarot for her friends on the weekend.
I bet she does. I bet she does all of the tarot.
Mhm.
Yes.
Also, she's from like 1970. What are we thinking? 4? I'm not sure.
I think, yeah, because I feel like there's a little bit of 60s in the pattern.
Yeah.
So I feel early 70s.
Yeah. I
You
don't
know what I
usually
mean?
do. I don't usually go sleeveless, Brooke. But
Take us up, take us over, take us under, give us the full view.
You want to walk? You want a little walk?
I want a casual look. Oh, Empire Waist.
Empire waist, easy breezy. This is like a no bra, no panties kind of dress.
Which we love. We
So
love that.
If
We
you
love
want to go make love to the meadow just by sitting down, this is
that.
yeah.
How do you want a yeast infection today? Love it.
Choose your own
Yeah.
adventure.
Yes, yes, right. You could get grass burn, you could get a yeast infection, you could get bug bites. It's whatever you want.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the sleeveless look. Yeah, I normally am sleeveless, but here's the thing. I challenged myself today. I don't know if I can back up enough to show. It's just pants. It's pants.
You challenged yourself with pants? Tell me more about that.
No, I challenged myself because you can't see the whole outfit. Anyways, so I challenged myself to not wear a black crop top. So I wore black pants and a crop top that is white with a black bra. So I'm not winning. I'm not winning any awards is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Fast
And
forward
then
to
I
you
showed my
wearing
belly button on camera.
Girl, let it all hang out. It's where we all came from.
Girl. I have a belly button secret I will share at one point.
Oh,
which
but
is
not
that.
tonight. Teaser.
I don't know. I might. We're going to see how I feel. Anyways, okay. So, yes, and to this dish, what are we drinking?
We're drinking the rest of that Pinot that you brought over when you visited.
Girl, yes, and to that.
Yeah.
I'm also having a Pinot. Cheers.
Cheers.
I really only drink red wine and vodka, which I know I need to branch out. But
Well, girl,
That's
the filtration organs can only take so much, so I respect the trying to limit it down to something sensible.
it's sensible, red wine and vodka, not together.
Yeah.
But that would be fun. That would be a Saturday. Anyways, love it. What are we dishing about tonight?
Okay, so tonight, as we usually do, we picked an ambitious theme that is fairly open-ended, so we're gonna need to keep ourselves grounded. You know,
Keep us honest, viewers. Comment if we are going off track. You are, you are our foundation.
you have to be the one to tether this hot air balloon back to Earth because no one else is gonna do it. Look at us. Do I look like I could stay on topic in this outfit?
Oh my God! In this economy.
In this economy. So tonight we are talking about rules of attraction is tonight's theme. So
Love it.
I think when we talked about this, Brooke, we sort of conceptualized this as like, what are the ways that you feel sexy? But then differentiating, what are the ways you feel sexy for yourself? And are those similar
Right.
or different from the ways that you feel sexy for other people?
Right. I love that. And I
Yeah.
think that I love the beginning of things. I'm so addicted to the origin stories. And I think that's the instant nostalgia of the lesbian in me.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Oh my God, I love it. I'm like, please, as a lesbian, I'm like, can we reminisce about the first drink while we have the second?
That was 2 hours ago. The
Oh my
drink
God,
that was
and I'm
2
just
hours
like,
ago.
oh, can we imagine that we were different people then? You were sober.
Yeah.
I had a nervous drink before I got here, and now look at us.
Our waiter came over and asked if we needed any water, and we said, no, Darren, thank you. We're fine.
Oh my God, the way you said no, Darren, I just fell for you. Like, I love that shit. I love instant. I do. So for me, the origin story is the beginning of like what pulls people in, and then also kind of what what the challenges are as femme presenting folks, both cis and trans, in kind of those first initial encounters. So we have so much to cover, and a spicy dish.
A spicy dish. Do you want to get right down to it, girl?
I'm gonna just get down to it.
Do you want to just get right down to it? I'm gonna need to switch to some glasses. Oh my god, everything looked so red with those glasses, and now everything looks like just. Well, painful, frankly. It looks painful.
Oh my god. You're like, I want to go back. I want to
go back. Take me back.
Oh, yes.
All right, so tonight's dish, do you want to... Should I give a drum roll? Tonight's dish is... What are we looking at, girl?
Yes. Okay, so it is... am I on the dish cam yet?
No, I'm showing the preview image.
Oh, isn't that sexy?
Give us a name.
So this is... Well, it's curry shrimp, but it's Jamaican style. So as those of you who know... curry, you can get all different. So it's West Indian curry, specifically Jamaican curry.
Yum.
And so here we go.
What would you say is the difficulty for this dish? What difficulty rating did we do for this?
Fucking hard. I would say, so we always want to leave room to improve. Always. So we gave it a 4 out of 5 because we will get one day, one of us is going to like bake a 3-tiered cake. Yes. But in the meantime, I would say it's pretty difficult. And the reason being is the timing. So curry is really sensitive. You can burn it really easily. It can be too strong, too weak. And then you just have an orange pile of goosh. So it's kind of finding that balance. And then you really have to, if you add too much curry, you balance it with coconut milk. But you can't keep doing that because the curry has to kind of be cooked and simmer with coconut oil and water, which if you follow us on the gram, you saw the preview of. But I did mine tonight with some farro. So let me hold that up.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, that's focusing really nicely.
Good. Mm-hmm. And I have to say the color is just vibrant. You better get ready to clean your fucking kitchen though. This shit stains. I have a curry stain on my foot. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh my God.
I have a curry stain on my foot.
That's the real dish. That's the real star of tonight. Give it up for Brooke's foot. Yeah.
Give it up for me being flexible enough to get it up there and not falling over. Yay. Okay. So really, but amazing at reheating. This dish is amazing. You can put it with rice. I put mine with farro. Shouts to those who love white rice with everything. White rice for me makes me, it makes me crash. So if you love white rice, this is a great dish with white rice. But I'll do a more complicated grain because I'm a complicated lady.
It's also, I think, isn't farro an ancient grain? I love that. I don't understand what the term ancient grain means other than it's been around for a long time. But
I think it just means old ass grain.
Yeah, I love the term ancient grain.
I do.
Ooh, girl. So walk us through the flavors and the textures. What are you getting?
The heat of the curry, which is not spicy, just the complication of the spices. And the creaminess of the coconut oil and the coconut milk. Lots of garlic.
Love garlic.
I buy the shrimp that are fully encased in their little exoskeletons. The more natural and the fresher the shrimp you can get, do it. They're so, so good fresh. And I do white onion, green pepper, and red pepper. You can put anything in it. Garlic, obviously. Cauliflower. If you want the recipe, reach out. So this is from my partner's mom, who is Jamaican. So shouts to Joan, who does not watch this, thank God. But she came over and she taught me how to cook this. So she did it with me. And I watched her and I took notes because she's just the kind of person who just goes in the kitchen and makes masterpieces and doesn't know what she did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bitch, we are writing this down.
Yeah. Like, not a measuring spoon nor a cup to be found.
No, she just like felt it. And she had some really good secrets. She added oyster sauce, which was really wonderful. And you cook with oyster sauce and fish sauce, so you know the joys.
Mostly fish sauce because I did that Whole30 that one time, so fish sauce has come along with me.
Yes.
Yeah, but girl, this dish sounds kind of similar. Obviously, they're not the same, but it sounds kind of similar to the Cajun jambalaya I made last week, and that it's got chopped peppers, chopped onions. You make sort of a curry sauce, and with mine, it was the andouilles and chicken. With this, it's shrimp. So what is the spice mixture like in that? What's the Jamaican spice mixture for this?
So it's a West Indian curry, and then, so there's a secret ingredient.
Oh, do tell. Are you allowed to tell?
I'm allowed to tell.
Are you under any non-disclosures to not divulge secrets? Okay.
So at one of the Jamaican, there's a ton of Jamaican markets down here, and you have to absolutely find a Jamaican market. And there is this soup mix. So you know how we use like mushroom soup mix or, soup mixes in stuff in the States? Yes. They have one, and it's cock soup mix.
That sounds relevant to my interests. Yeah.
I know. I get you. So you have to do it. But the cock soup mix has like noodles in it, right? Because it's like you should just be able to put it in broth or water and have it. So you have to sift out the noodles.
Wow.
So you sift out the noodles, and then you just have the seasoning, like a seasoning packet. But they don't sell the seasoning packet because it's like in the United States and it's a Jamaican market. You just fucking get what you get, and you're welcome. By the way, like that, you know what I mean? Like that, we're just grateful. I'm grateful I can get this here.
That's so interesting that you have something that's sort of like pre-prepared, and there's something that you need to remove that's like, and this must be a common thing. Like this must be.
Yeah. Oh, the soup mixes, are used a lot of different types of stews and stuff in Jamaican culture. But I use the West Indian curry, which is bought there too in a package, and it just says curry. And then the cock soup mix, and together they're just a super delicious, salty, spicy, just flavorful blend. And you could do anything with it, any protein. I don't eat meat, so I did a shrimp, but you could chuck that shit full of vegetables. It's so healthy and good, and it's just delicious.
Yeah.
So you could put it over cauliflower rice if you were a monster.
Well, we were supposed to settle that debate tonight about cauliflower rice versus grains, whatever. So,
I did it. I was paleo. You know that. I did the cauliflower rice.
Well, okay, so we weren't featuring cauliflower rice tonight, but we could still talk about it. So, girl, are you team rice or you team cauliflower rice? I think I know which one you probably are.
You know what? I'm going to come out on top of rice, and here's why. Just because I don't eat it doesn't mean I think cauliflower. I don't eat rice that much. But I got to tell you, cauliflower rice is not rice. We can just enjoy that it's rice cauliflower. I just can't. And when people are like, no, you're not going to taste the difference. You will taste the difference. That's the fucking point.
You will. Okay, well, so here's my defense of cauliflower rice. Since it's debate club. So, like, if I were to take the same side, it wouldn't be very fun, now would it? So for cauliflower rice, I do like it, and I think it's all about what you pair it with. So there's some dishes where, like, you need the grain. This is going to sound weird to say that rice has a flavor, but it does. Rice has a flavor.
It definitely does.
It's not the same as cauliflower rice. So they're just, I think the mistake and the source of the debate is treating them like they're essentially the same thing.
Yes, okay? I agree. I think you could totally do a really delicious rice cauliflower and have that be a low carb replacement, but let's not fool ourselves.
Now, girl, let's make it real controversial yet brave, okay? Like, cauliflower rice is rice, all right? In the same vein, trans women are women. But the mistake is assuming that they're exactly the same thing. So the experience that you're going to get with a trans woman is not going to be the same experience as what you get with a cis woman. And frankly, I'll let you judge which one.
You be the judge.
Do you like how I like subtly pitted us against each other too?
I do like that. You know what? And I will say this segues beautifully into our first encounter discussion. Yes. One of the things I love about our friendship is I truly value and appreciate, and it's going to be hilarious now because we have similar hair right now and style, that we never are competing for the same people.
No.
And I think it is a key to our friendship, and I love it. And people are like, I'm like, we are two femmes who are after completely different types. Yes. Like, you are not going to go after Frodo Baggins. Like, you know what I mean? He's safe from you. You know what I mean? He's not safe from me. Give me that ring. I'll take it.
I was going to make some D&D joke like he's going to win that fortitude roll.
Oh my God, I kid. But you know what I mean? Seriously, I think femmes, and I have this total, one day I'll share my theory on butch scarcity in the Midwest.
I love that term. I don't know what it means. Love the term. Sounds like the title of a paper.
It is an economic concept, scarcity, right? So the less we have of something, the more it's in demand, and that creates competition. And it's the same with butches in the Midwest. There's like 8 of them, and there's all these shouts out, beautiful, successful, confident ass femmes, and we're all like, big little talk, a little fighting over these 8 bushes.
I love a Music Man reference. I love it so
Music Man
much.
too.
I love that we're dorks in exactly the same way. That is another thing that holds our friendship together. Exactly the same ways. Oh
my God. We're dressing as Mary and the Librarian next week. So
yes, please.
But I'm serious. Like it's a thing where it's like, okay, in the community we're in, because we're already such a small community. And it's the same thing, right? Like trans folks get fetishized and masked folks get fetishized as well. Like,
yeah.
Okay, like if I'm attracted to a mask presenting person, which I am, what are my options if I want to also like not be like, I don't know, doing cocaine in the back of a pickup truck, right? Like, what are my options? Which is a very specific reference and something that happened to me. I didn't realize someone was doing cocaine in a pickup truck and we were on a date.
Oh my God. Okay, pause. Briefly pause. Just for 1 second. I saw my peripheral vision is still working, so I'm seeing some stuff pop up in the chat. And I just wanted to say, oh my God. Yes. Ben Miller, whomst we stan, who is a theater friend of mine from high school.
Yes.
So, Mama, you're in good company. Says Butch Scarcity and the Sundance Kid.
Oh my God. Why is that musical not here?
How do you like them apples?
Oh my God. That could be the tagline.
Yeah. How do you like them apples? Well
you don't, because I had a double mastectomy. Because you know what I mean? It would be great.
Yeah. Well played, Miss Thing.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Ben, for that amazingness.
Yeah.
That also, is absolutely hilarious.
Yes. Also, Sam's watching. Hi, Sam. And says, cauliflower rice with broccoli, chicken, and Velveeta is so good. Now, we're going to need to have a separate debate about whether or not Velveeta is cheese.
You know what? But even if it's not, it serves the purpose. Do you know what I'm saying? So if it's like a creamy cheese, whatever, I'm pretty sure it's the margarine of cheese.
Good call. Good
it's
call
like plastic, right? But we make it work. We make it work.
Yes.
I love to see it.
Yeah. Love to see it.
So first impressions, yes. Oh my God, yeah. I went on a terrible first date. I didn't realize the woman was on cocaine. Because I don't know anything. Yeah, oh no. So much so she like stopped at a gas station, tried to put money into the tank, and it didn't work because she didn't have money because she was spending it all on drugs. And it was a whole thing, and I didn't know. Like, it was really bad. Because I don't know. Because I'm like, you're Butch. You're cute. I'll give you a chance because there's 8 of you.
But did you have any indication that there was something was, emotionally elevated or like a different mental state? Any like, how did that feel?
Anger. I don't know enough about the kind of the impact of cocaine on people. I really don't. But I do know that like, it was definitely one of those things where like, she'd get angry really quickly or like elevated really quickly. And it was just this thing where I was like, okay, like this is just annoying. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you kind of put together what it is. But yeah, I'm great at first impressions. Great at them. Really, really great. Really great. Everybody's great at them.
So I assume you were safe through this encounter. Was there another date after that, or was it just one date?
Oh my God, of course there was. Of course there was.
Like, have you met me? So we went on for 8 months.
I'm like, oh my God, you have 8 chances. Let me give you a 90th chance. Oh my God. I'm so bad. I'm so bad at it.
Girl, you and I can like tour the factory where they make red flags and still give people like 5 more chances.
Oh my God. Tour the factory. I mean, like I was the full package in my 20s though. Like I'd spend the night, you know what I'm saying? And the next morning I'd update your cover letter, give you a recommendation on how to do your resume, and I'd roll out.
While you're cooking breakfast, yeah.
Oh my God, absolutely. Oh, I always got breakfast. Shout out to Tassie in Columbus for keeping all of my dates in my 20s happy. I loved it. But like, I definitely think like I would walk into situations and have a different view of what it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes the fun of the beginning and the romance, people can get carried away.
Yeah. Yeah. So can I tell you a story? Can I share a story with you from my youth? What's really interesting to me is, I was a gay twink. Shocker. I don't know if you knew that about me. I used to be a gay twink. It's like an AA meeting, I know, but I'm coming out as a twink to you all. Back in the day, I got on the websites because I was very lonely and pent up, and it's different when you're going on the web in a healthy way. When you're like, oh, I'm here, I'm setting up expectations, people, we're having like, emotional conversations. And it's different when you're like 18 and going on the meat market. That's very different.
Right.
Very different approach, very different set of safety protocols. None. But But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is the ways that we feel sexy for ourselves. By the way, there was no feeling sexy for myself back then. It was all feeling sexy for other people, and I did not know that that's what I was doing, right? When you're young, that self-awareness doesn't really develop yet. But I was trying to be sexy in a way that I thought, like, twinks... I didn't use the term twink. Just, like, young gentlemen. The ways that, like, young gentlemen would make themselves attractive. So, like, you wear a tank top. Everyone has the same, like, highlighted section in their hair. It's 2007, by the way.
Oh, take us back.
Yeah. And I think I thought I was really cute because I went to the thrift store and got, like, a button-down shirt with some embroidery on it. You know what I mean? Full circle. Embroidery's still here. Everything else
Oh, my God. Nothing else is the same.
Nothing else is the same. But it was, like, low... I feel like it was low effort. Like, I didn't feel like I had to do that much, you know? There was no makeup happening. I wasn't sculpting an eyebrow. It was, like, some, like, self-tanner and a nice shirt. And when I really became femme in the feminine way, you know what I mean? Like, when I started transitioning, then the rules of attraction were much more work. And so this is then not a thing for women. This is a thing with femmes specifically, right? Because we are gender expansive on this program. But I feel like you have to do a lot more, right? Like you have to, girl, for this look, I shaved off my eyebrows and painted on other eyebrows. And now...
That's because you do the work.
Yeah.
That's because you do the work.
And now as an adult lady, I didn't shave my eyebrows for anyone else. Mom, I did that for myself.
Girl, but that's my point. I think you... shouts to you, and this is just a Brooke Eileen confessional. You know, what I think I learned from you in our beginning of our friendship, I think when you came into my life, I was really trying to be a version of sexy that wasn't for me. And I think living with you and experiencing how you moved and experienced, like even the way it was like, okay, so burlesque is such a great example. You put so much...
Yeah, sorry.
Like a little eel, like a gender non-conforming trans eel. Just, I love that I can hear the chair wiggle, so it really adds a lot. That was really good. I loved it. I loved it. I'm here for it.
Structural issues.
Structural, don't we all? But you know, I think I made a lot of judgments, Kel Surprise, about burlesque because I was like, all these women doing all these things for other people. And what I think I learned living with you is that so much of your presentation was just for you. And I was really empowered by that. And I'm really grateful for that. You know, like, I'm like, well, why does she have a glitter robe? She doesn't leave the house with it. And it was like, no, this is for her.
I do love that robe.
Girl, you do love it. And you look good in it. You look good loving it. But like, what does, you know, and I'm grateful for you and honoring kind of what sexy for me means, right? And here's the catch, right? When you do that, then you do attract people, right? Because it's confidence. It's not,
right?
You know?
Yeah, girl, thank you so much. I know sometimes we just spend this program like lifting each other up, but you know what? That's what God intended.
And we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep doing
it. So. If you're enjoying Cover Dish Tuesdays at 7 p.m., you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook.
Yes.
I'm supposed to like this call to action thing. I'm supposed to do it. I don't know how it works, girl.
I think you nailed it.
Thank you. I feel like I learned a lot about confidence from you too. And it was just like, because you've always been there for me. Because there've been a lot of moments where, the situation where that guy mistakenly texted me that was supposedly for someone else and was like, oh my God, Eileen's a transvestite. It's like, oh, that could have ruined my day. But you know what, girl, you did not let it ruin my day because you were there and we talked through it. And I could not have, like, when I moved in together, I was going to work as a woman for the first time. And the way that I approached that was to go to Kohl's and go to the Lauren Conrad section.
Oh my God.
And I walked into work looking like I was 42 years old.
I have to say, you know, living with you at that time was really special. And I remember, you know, and this is a little personal, you know, I would come home from law school, right? And I put on a lot of weight in law school. I wasn't really comfortable with my body. And I think, you know, living with you and kind of rediscovering my sexy and kind of reclaiming that and getting more comfortable with myself, even in my new body, was really helpful. And having you there, I would come home and change. And partially it was because my clothes were too tight. Oh man, put on my weight in law school, just, studying and not taking care of myself. And I remember one night we were playing Yahtzee at like 10 p.m. and you were still in your work clothes.
Oh my God, the Yahtzee days.
And I was such a noob to trans shit, I think. And I was just like, why are you still in your work clothes? Like, blah, blah, blah. And what I don't think I put together is like, your work clothes were your clothes that you felt the most like you in.
Oof. Yeah, that's a little bleak. That's a little bleak walking it back, but you are absolutely correct. Because if that's the most comfortable I felt, girl, look at the material. That was not great.
Well,
that was not a great moment.
Other clothes were like clothes from your old life, right? So it was like, I think you just felt very comfortable.
Yes, good point.
And I remember you had this like calf length plaid skirt. Do you remember that plaid skirt? It was like plaid or like tartan pencil skirt, but long, like too long to be a pencil skirt, but too short to be a Mennonite. It was very confusing length.
Too long to really be acceptable, but yes, I do remember that.
But it was so itchy. And I was like, how are you fucking in this? And you're like, I love it. And it was just this moment where I didn't get it. And I of course, now can look back and be like, oh, I was such a bitch. To just be like, take your fucking clothes off and get in your sweatpants, you loser. But, I'm like, none of my pants fit, right? So I'm coming from a place of like, aren't you uncomfortable? And you're like, this is how I feel like me right now. And this is the only, and it was just this like, it was just incredible. Anyways.
Yeah. Clothing has always been really, I can't think of any other way to say it than important to me, because to me, clothing is it's a form of play. And I was a theater kid, so I always loved costumes. I always wished that I could have played female characters, but that wasn't in the cards yet, right? Like, because of me and because of the situation. Like, Hilliard High School was they were not going to be quite that progressive.
Not going to be breaking barriers.
No. They're not going to do any of that. But, when I discovered burlesque, it was so exciting for me because that was the space that I really got to play with clothing. But also, by the way, the concept of play was also like getting to be okay with myself. So, I mean, even now it's just fun. The agony is now like, it's not there anymore. There's no agony. Right. It's just like, oh, I'm going to wear a sundress and pretend like I'm a John Lennon Yoko Ono fusion. That's just fun.
Girl, I love this. Okay, wait. So tell me, high school, you have one high school production where you could be a woman in a musical.
Oh my gosh.
What's the role?
Girl, is it completely hypocritical to say Grease? Because I spent all this time last week talking about how much I hate Grease and how like it's so heteronormative, but also isn't that what you want sometimes?
Isn't that what you want from us?
Oh my God. So my doctor, who also, God love her, Mimi Rivard, like pour one out for her. She is freaking amazing.
She's also still alive. So pour one out for her, and also she's still alive.
Wrong tradition. Raise a glass to her.
There we go. Like, pour one out.
Yeah. Oh R.I.P. Mimi, Italy. Just kidding. That's not at all what's happening.
Oh my God, yes. This is hilarious. Okay.
She said to me one time, because I came in, I was thinking about hormones for like 8 years. I was putting it off for a long time. And first of all, she asked me questions like no other healthcare provider ever has. So she's just like, so what does your perfect body look like? Where do you want to go and how can I help you get there? And I just cried,
And you're like,
because that's so you don't go in there expecting to have that vulnerable of a conversation. Oh. You go up expecting gatekeeping and barriers.
Right.
So that was just amazing. But one thing she said to me will always, oh shit, girl, it just left me.
Was it the cake thing?
No, it was, I remember what it was now. It's coming back. So she said, because I was talking to her, these were like healthcare sessions, but also kind of therapy sessions because I'm working some stuff out that's going on in my head. And I explained like, oh, I'm non-binary. My presentation is somewhere in the middle, but I'm femme and I haven't figured out what I want my body to look like. And if that expectation is coming from me or from society, blah, 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 all that stuff. And she's so patient, so wonderful. And she just said, you know what? I get it. At the end of the day, like non-binary people, like your identity is political. It's part of who you are. So you're like, it's hard because your body is this walking billboard that says like gender is a social construct. and we need to not take it so seriously. But sometimes we just want perky tits. Sometimes we just want perky tits, and that's okay. And she really gave myself the permission to tell myself, it's okay if you want boobs. Because I'm so used to being a burlesque performer that gets on stage. If you don't know me, this is like a whole lot to go in. Welcome, we love you. But like,
good to see you, new viewers.
Yeah, we love to see it. When I get on stage and I take my clothes off, I was always like, oh, and now I have a flat chest. That was part of the politics of my performance. And so I was like, well, what happens if I go on hormones and I have boobs? And that statement it doesn't go away, but it's very different.
Yeah.
So bringing it back to the topic, which are what are the ways that we feel sexy for ourselves and others? That's an interesting thing to figure out.
But shouts to someone who is in an immense position of power, which is a doctor, right? In this position being like, and sometimes you just want fucking perky tits, right? Like that doesn't come out of a place of power from someone, right? Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
The thing is, if it was me saying it or a friend saying it, it's not the same. Like this is someone who, again, shouts to Equitas, has been designed to, a healthcare system that's been designed to, suppress and marginalize folks who do not choose a binary, right? Who don't fit into an M or F. And I always really struggle with explaining when I talk to people about what that looks like. And oh my God, Penny is drinking out of my water glass. You are an asshole. Cool. When you shouts to Penny, the biggest
shouts to
asshole.
Penny.
When you hear something like that affirmation from someone in control and in power, it is immense, and you can't really compare it to anything else. I love that. Yes, making yourself feel sexy. Okay, ways I make myself feel sexy in a pandemic. Ready?
I'm ready.
$2 lipstick from New Orleans. The time I went down to visit Laura Sanders. Shouts to Laura Sanders.
Ooh, girl.
And
I love that, like, orange. On this camera, it looks like a very orange red.
It is.
Pretty.
It's my favorite. And we went shopping at one of the places like Hairjoy. That's just like fishnets and green lipstick and all the shit you need for Mardi Gras, right? But we weren't there for Mardi Gras. We were there for gay Halloween. Oh my God, so cool. Terrifyingly cool.
For gay Halloween. Is gay Halloween just Halloween for gay people, or is that a different Halloween?
Yes, it's just Halloween for gay people.
Oh, okay. Because I like to say gay Christmas, but I mean Pride.
Yes. No, it's actually, but it doesn't fall on Halloween.
Right. Wait, what? It doesn't fall?
No, it happens before Halloween because finally we get something first. Anyways, we love to see it.
Sorry, I was jumping on that. I thought it was going to be like right after Halloween when all the sales are. Oh my God.
No, that's drag Halloween. That's different. But yes, similar. Yeah, I think making yourself feel sexy, especially on like first dates and first encounters, and also as someone who's femme presenting, who likes mask presenting folks, I am told a lot until you hear me fucking talk that I read straight. And I just want viewers, can we do a poll in the chat?
Do a fucking poll. Tell
what
us.
fucking universe do I read as straight? I'm sorry. Whatever. It's fine. I'm going to get through it. But you know what I'm saying?
Look, I do not think you read as straight. Your jewelry collection alone is very queer.
Thank you. I know also this
Have
position.
Have you seen the big cat ring?
Oh, I almost wore the big cat ring.
Case in point.
I just feel like, I don't know. So it's just so funny because what I was thinking about with this is like my first impressions, I have to be like, especially with mask and non-binary folks, I have to be like, hey, I want to date you. Like I feel like I have to like be in people's face about it because I also don't date people who have seen me on stage and like are fans or like whatever because.
Oh, girl, let's talk about that. Tell me about that.
Because that's first impressions, right? So first impressions, let's say you see me on stage, but who I am on stage isn't who I am in bed. So I like to kind of
tell it, girl.
But then they're like into you in the merch table and they're like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, like I get that. I get to buy a CD, but I don't know what Brooke you like. Seriously. And by the way, if you like stand-up Brooke, I love that you like stand-up Brooke. Like I don't want to take that away, but that's not a sustainable business model for me. Like I can't sustain that. Right. So, I like to be really upfront. Oh my God, I was at this show in Detroit. Okay, this is my first impression story. I was at this show in Detroit It was amazing. I got to headline. It was right before the pandemic. Oh my God. And such a cool theater. And I'm going to drop the name in the comments because I can't remember because I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Anyways, and the pandemic is wrong. There was this cute queer woman in like the second row with her 2 straight girlfriends. And I know all this information because like they came up to me later. Like, so I knew all the things.
She brought
so
Jessica and Courtney with her.
She brought Jessica and Courtney with her, and we love to see it. We love to see it because they all had to buy tickets. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
and
you can just come in and tip the dolls, honey. We'll take the money.
And she was so interested in me. She was heckling me, hitting on me, which is super annoying. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're not going to work out. And the second she found out about my relationship status, she like shut down and got her phone out.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, like, I do not understand when people think that when I come here to my job, at my place of work, and I'm performing on stage, it's like, we're here to feel the fantasy. And let's think about those words for a second. This is a fantasy. This stuff comes off and that's okay. You know?
Right.
Also, I'm going to project to you this sort of like, I'm making an attempt to make you feel welcome, sexy, and like I'm gonna flirt with you.
Right.
That's part of what we do as femme performers, but also specifically in the 2 fields that you and I are in.
Yeah. I mean, there is a piece of comedy where I watch stand-up comedy and it doesn't matter who the comedian is. I'm like, I wonder how they are in bed. Like, that's just what your brain does.
Right. That's like,
brain.
I don't know. It's just, ooh. I don't understand the, just acting like it's full on reality.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. And I have dated.
Which I guess props to us. We must be convincing at it, but.
I've dated a couple of people who I've met through comedy. I'm not going to call them fans. I don't think I'm that famous, but like, fans of my comedy or whatever.
Yeah.
And both times it didn't work out.
Girl, you have fans. Come on.
Girl. Once because I had to break up with her for other unrelated reasons.
Ooh, that's mysterious.
The other reason was her squat form was terrible, which we cannot stand bad knees. We can't. You need to take care of your knees. Good squat form. Can't help it.
We all have our lines.
Back, knees behind the toes. Knees behind the toes. I don't think that's an unrealistic expectation.
Well, let's hope we never work out together because you are not going to like what I have to offer.
Oh, whatever. No one will work out with me. None of my partners will ever work out with me. It's very annoying. I really want a workout partner, and no one will. Because I'm annoying.
I'm just really bad at squats.
Oh my God! Wait, what if like we have a rift in our almost decade-long friendship
over
and like
squats?
Over squats. But no, first impressions are like they're just complicated. I feel like, especially when you're femme presenting, there's a whole array of challenges you can face.
Yes. I feel like nowadays, I have the self-awareness and the confidence because every once in a while, Brooke, it happens where people think I'm Pretty Woman. And it's like, really?
What?
It's like, this is not that movie, honey. Like, I am a real, like, I don't know. It's, people think that you are a,
doll.
Yeah, a doll, a sex object.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you just kind of appear, it's like a 2-dimensional understanding of humans. You know? Like, what's that thing that babies don't have? Object permanence.
Depth perception? Oh.
Close, yeah. But it's like object
fucking
permanence.
Good sense. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think I do when I leave here? You know?
Right. I just get in, I'm a blow-up doll, and I just get in the car, and I stay here, and I wait for you to do my next performance.
Going down aisle 5, looking for, like, black beans, going like... That's me as a blow-up doll, by the way.
Merch tables are like my favorite place for sexual harassment and selling CDs. It's really great.
Oh
it's
my
super
God.
fun. You do the thing. You live the life. This is it also. And I have to say, like, for every one example of sexual harassment at the merch table, there's 30 million of not. And that's why we probably keep going back to it. Well, depending on the venue. Let's see.
Right.
Girl, I got sexually harassed at a Valvoline yesterday by both genders, and I just want to say equality is hard sometimes.
By both?
Yeah, the guy came over and he like started complimenting my eyes and refusing to tell me what was going on with my air filter, which they try to upsell you. So I was like, no, I'm good, just the oil change. Am I done yet? And then he sent over a woman who was like, tell me about your tattoos and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah. From all sides with Ann Fisher.
How dare I wear shorts in public? That's on me. All sides with Ann Fisher. Shouts to Ann Fisher. How is she?
People, here's a PSA. Just, people might have other things going on in their day. And just like, so I went down a rabbit hole recently looking at pickup artists and how they operate.
Tell me everything.
Never should have done that. It's horrible. I can't look at the manosphere. I can't really take a deep look at the manosphere. It's like staring at the abyss that stares back at you. I can only do it if I'm like doing it through the lens of another, like usually a YouTuber, like ContraPoints or
a filter.
Yeah, a buffer. Like someone's looking at this and I'm looking at it with them. But yeah, I mean, pickup artists that just, you look at it and you're like, this has happened to me before, where people just accost you on the street. They think you got nothing else going on, or they don't care. It's not that they don't think you have anything else going on, but you're like a two-dimensional being to them.
Oh my God, this happened to me. I feel like I got some really terrible pickup lines after my divorce. And I just want to give a shout out to all the people that randomly texted me and asked me out without any foreplay. Like, I was like, first of all, I know I went through the queer grapevine, but like I got like texts after my divorce that were like, well, maybe you just want to get together and come to my house. And I'm like, first of all, take me to dinner.
Yeah. Buy me sushi.
Right? Like, come on.
I would really love some sushi. Could you buy me some?
And you know what? Even if it was the pandemic, drop it off at my house.
Yeah, leave it at the door.
We don't need to hang out. I'm like, this is absurd. The whole thing, absurd.
Yes.
If you have any good pandemic pickup lines, I'm here for it. If you want pandemic dating advice, I have a really good tip which really worked well for me, which is order like the same type of food and then eat it on a Zoom call. So don't just do like whatever, but like both get sushi.
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
Your orders, right? Or and both get Indian and maybe like both try something different.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. And then you're also, if you try something new and it doesn't agree with you, you can go poop and they don't know.
You know what's sexy to me is when I have a bathroom nearby.
A personal bathroom.
Personal bathroom. Oh, game changing. If you have to use a public restroom and you have multiple stalls versus like single, I can close the door, turn that latch occupied, game changer.
Also, even in your own house, going from sharing a bathroom with a partner is very different than having a poop bathroom, which is another conversation for another covered dish.
Yes.
We have obviously gone late because now we're just talking, which
we go late generally, but we have a lot of fun. We do have a lot of fun.
I love your look tonight. I am very excited. I want more sleeveless Eileen always, more skin always, because you taught me that, girl. There's no such thing as too much glitter or too much skin.
It's true. It's true.
You're like, I stand by it. I stand by it 100%.
I have a few other Cardinals rules, and if you want to know more about that, about Eileen's fashion musts, then you can tune in for another covered dish.
And I'll tell you my secret about my belly button next week.
All right, girl. It's a date.
It's a date. See you next Tuesday. At 7.
All right. Bye, everyone. See you next time.